August the 24th, 2025. Guys, for you that have not floated away, I've got some important information this morning. And I think this is a big turning point and a change in this almost civil war that we possibly are about to see. I don't think it will last real long, but it could be bloody. And what's happened is a sniper has attacked a Dallas ICE facility. It leaves 3 wounded, local media reports. Now, a couple of updates in here. It says local media in Texas report 3 people were critically wounded at an Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in the Dallas metro area early Wednesday. Notice the timestamp at the top, 8 o'clock. It is 8:34 here now. Sources tell WFAA that a possible sniper or multiple shooters on a nearby roof targeted 3 people who were wounded at the ICE facility on 8101 North Stemmons Freeway in Dallas, just off the Interstate 35 East. And guys, they were shooting into the office, and they were shooting from a roof, and the roof happened to be on top of an immigration lawyer's office. You know, immigration lawyers, they try to keep the immigrants from going back home. Now, how did the people get up there on top of that building? The immigration lawyer should be looked at very closely. It says sources confirmed to the local outlet that the shooter was found dead on the roof of a nearby immigration attorney's office. 3 people were injured at Dallas ICE facility on Wednesday morning, and police are searching for a possible sniper or multiple shooters. 3 people were injured at the Dallas ICE facility, and police are searching for a possible sniper. I'm just going through the updates here. But guys, the victims, the people that died, you got 3 wounded officers, I think, but the people that died were immigrants as they were shooting into the office, down, I guess, into the office to where they processed the immigrants. Now, I don't think it was outside where they were loading and unloading. But again, 3 people critically wounded. Shooter, 1 gunman was found dead on the roof of nearby immigration attorney's office. Authorities are still investigating where others may have been involved. And they should be, especially that lawyer. Because what just happened, Antifa got declared a terrorist organization. And of course, we see what happened to Charlie Kirk. So what the Democrats have, they've lost all hope of a re-election. They've lost all integrity. And now, instead of walking away with their heads down in shame like they should be on their way to jail, they're doing this. So Trump is also talking about, guys, if you're paying attention, that some other organizations are going to be added to that terrorist list, along with Antifa, Tren de Agua, MS-13. It says that police and emergency crews remain at the scene, with Texas Department of Transportation cameras showing dozens of vehicles lining the access road. Fox News confirmed shots were fired into the ICE facility, more specifically into an office area where the detainees are brought. Just in, acting ICE Director Todd Lyons says shots were fired into the office in Texas where detainees are brought in. All ICE employees are accounted for. 3 are confirmed, or there are confirmed fatalities. Victims appear to be detainees. Representative Wesley Hunt, Republican out of Texas, wrote, another violent attack on the Texas ICE facility. Multiple officers have been shot as they were unloading detainees, sending prayers to all those injured in the attack. This shooting comes shortly after the Trump administration designated the leftist group Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization and declared war on leftist NGOs sowing chaos. Guys, Antifa is not just a bunch of kids. You got lawyers, doctors that are getting busted for being in part of it, and some police officers. Democrats and their allied leftist group have fueled toxic, harmful rhetoric against federal agents, whether it's ICE or Border Patrol, as well as everyday Americans, calling anyone that disagree with Nazis or fascists, which only normalizes assassination culture. That's exactly, it goes back to Germany. The wave of violence and even terrorism emanating from the Democratic Party is a serious threat that must be addressed. How long, guys, have I been saying this year? the Democrats have to be declared a terrorist organization. It's no longer another party. This is the anti-party, the anti-U.S. party. And they've become violent, and they need to be disbanded from politics. Every one of them. Tried, if they're guilty, locked up, and banned from ever running against for any political office in the U.S. ever again. And then if another party pops up, maybe it'll be two conservative parties we have that maybe don't agree, and that's really how it should be. As long as you have disagreements, but you have the country in mind first, then that's fine. But just to disagree and fight and kill, that's evil. And Laura Loomer's come out this morning and said, this is very interesting. A major Muslim Brotherhood official was just detained by ICE in Dallas yesterday. Hours later, 3 people have just been shot at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. Was this an Islamic terrorist attack on an ICE facility? Laura Loomer this morning. Guys, I don't know where it's going, but I want everyone to kind of be prepared. Now, most of us are not targets unless we're in the way, right? But that's where it becomes dangerous. And what we're about to see is, I think Tom Homan and Trump are about to come down really heavy on certain groups. Islamic terrorists, Antifa, even worse. And you got to go for the money behind Antifa. And that's what Trump's doing, even Soros, and then down to these immigration lawyers that let people on the roof, things like that. Now, I'm going to watch for updates. I got a doctor's appointment at 10, but it won't take long. It's a local doctor. But guys, we need to pay attention to this. And let me say this about the rapture, and I'll try not to mention it again. I was paying attention yesterday on different channels and all, and there were people that were really getting disheartened. And some were staying up late and couldn't sleep, and now they were too tired. Even people in other countries were watching groups of preachers in this nation talk about it, and they were all wishing for the same thing. Now, I mentioned in the video about the rapture that you could create a great falling away, guys, by false preaching and teaching. In other words, you got millions of people sitting on the edge of the seat. I guess they got the parachute on and backpack, everything else in case they have to fly. But and all their hopes are riding on false doctrine and false teachers and preachers. That's the Antichrist beast system you're dealing with. Now, I hope you've learned your lesson, and I hope you marked every one of those preachers that lied to you, possibly for profit. More than likely they are. And so you got to judge a tree by its fruit, right? Is it good fruit or is it bad fruit? Well, you guys just got a massive worldwide taste of bad fruit. Now shake that off, clear your heads up, realize what Christ told us in the Bible. He's coming here. But y'all can unpack your parachutes and all of that now. And I guess next September, we'll have to go through the same crap. But it's worth it to me for the very reason that there's going to be a handful of people that are pulled back out of that fire because they have the truth sealed in their head, in their mind. We're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.